So here's the most unrelatable issue I will ever talk about. When you have a technology-related channel of a certain size, your inbox becomes a daily flood of generic emails offering free products in exchange for reviews. The large majority of these are not customized emails from companies that have carefully studied your channel to offer you a video idea that is actually relevant to your channel, but rather generic emails offering stuff that has little to no relevance to what I do. Usually I just ignore them, but a couple of weeks I was having a particularly bad day and for some reason I just grab all the generic product review emails I receive and I answered yes to all of them. This video is the result. Welcome to Trash from My Inbox, the first video, and let's be honest, probably the only one that I will make, where I look at some of the random stuff from my inbox and try to figure out why I was sent this in the first place. Let's begin. So the email for this thing said, and I quote, PUBG Mobile joysticks review on YouTube. These aren't joysticks? What? How is this a joystick? So after some trial and error, what I think this is a device where you mechanically press this little metal piece and it will press a part of the screen. So, yeah, this is not a joystick, that's for sure. I think the point of this thing is to add shoulder buttons to a phone. But that's not a joystick. I was a little bit excited when I saw this one because I hate playing shooters with touch controls. I thought this was going to be something that solved that issue, but this is a bit of a pain to set up. I'm pretty sure this was not designed for the phone this size, but the reduced screen space can actually, or is actually being a problem. So now with this button, I can aim, and with this button I can shoot. And now I can aim and shoot at the same... I'm not sure this is a problem that the game needed solving. Okay. So, PUBG Mobile joysticks? Not a joystick, a bit of a pain to set up, solves a problem. The idea itself is cool, the implementation is a little bit wonky. I give this Peter Molyneux out of 10. Yeah, I'm gonna need to open up some space because... Whoops! What I have here, covering the lens of the camera, is a pretty freaking big box. I'm not even joking, what? There's 2 more boxes! Okay, so here's the thing. So most of these things I think arrive because of my first PUBG video, because the moment that video hit 100k views, I just got all sorts of proposals for PUBG related accessories. So this ones in particular confused me because I know GameSeer. This is a legitimate accessory company and not someone I expected to get a generic email from. I have friends that own GameSeer gamepads and they're pretty okay. I still have no idea why they sent me this. Okay, so this thing is a GameSeer X1, which apparently is a bit of a dock to put your phone. Smartphone not included. Okay, so this might actually be properly useful to record YouTube videos. I mean, it's a little bit big, but it's actually quite a nice base. Oh, via Bluetooth connection. Oh, this requires charging. How to use? Oh, you have to download an app and stuff. So the other thing is this freaking thing. So the email that I received was a little bit generic for the X1, the device that I just left charging. When I responded to the email. They were like, oh, so do you review PC games? Do you do PC gaming? And I'm like, yeah. They're like, do you mind if we send you another thing? And I'm like, sure, send me whatever you like. And they sent me this, and I'm not entirely sure what this is. This is a keyboard. Wait, no, correction, this is half a keyboard. Where's the other half of the keyboard? Okay, this looks heavy and pro-like. This is not a cheap product, isn't it? Connect this over Bluetooth, and it's like for PCs and phones and... This does not look cheap. I'm gonna look up the price of this. Holy shit, this is $80. Wow. So I'm filming this the next day. It took me a couple of hours to figure this thing out. This device right here is a mix between a battery and a gamepad. It is recognized by the phone as a Bluetooth gamepad that needs to connect specifically to this app made by GameSeer. And the confusing thing about this app is that it's not on the Play Store. You have to download it from an external APK. And it has an extraordinarily comprehensive and alarming list of permissions. And not only that, but in order to remap the buttons, it asks for root access. So it has a very thorough access to all the stuff in your phone, which is a little bit alarming. Furthermore, as I am seeing right now as I'm trying to record this, it is a bit of a pain in the butt to configure. I had to remap the buttons like 4 times and the application kept crashing, and now it's not connecting over Bluetooth. I'm not entirely sure, like, what do I need to do in order to... Yeah, okay. Okay, I think it, took a little bit of effort, but it is connected right now, so... Oh boy. So it works with this other mouse. You can see that it recognizes me using this. So, the way this works is that you can map a keyboard as a gamepad, and then you can use their program to map a gamepad to the touchscreen, essentially allowing you to use keyboard and mouse on games that only support touchscreen through a very convoluted method. But when it works, it's actually pretty amusing. You have to add a game to the list, and once you launch it and you're like, hey, use the remapper, like for PUBG, it actually comes with a set of, it actually comes with a pretty complete set of mappings. Like the screen is littered with little button prompts that are mapped to the keyboard and the mouse. Oof, I should have applied some graphical tweaks because this isn't really good performance. But as you can see, it actually works. So you can actually sort of play games like PUBG using a keyboard and a mouse on the phone. So the thing that you probably caught on to at this point is that at no point when launching the game I got any prompt regarding using a keyboard and a mouse. So if you're familiar with PUBG Mobile, if you use PUBG Mobile in a PC emulator, you do get a prompt that says that you're only going to be matched with other players using emulators in order not to have the terrible situation where someone is playing with a keyboard and a mouse and the other guy is playing with a freaking touchscreen. However, that didn't happen here. Like the game, as you can already see, this probably accounts to a very not correct way of playing this game against touchscreen players. And in fact, it's funny because I just checked the website for this thing and it has a very large warning about being banned on PUBG, that you might be banned for using this. Which is hilarious because all the promotional material that I have received from this on the freaking email was playing PUBG. So, I mean, for other and single player games, it might be fine, I guess. I mean, the technological concept of having like a keyboard and mouse mapped to a gamepad, a fake gamepad that is connected over Bluetooth to the phone, and then it's mapped over the screen using an app that needs access to your complete and full phone. It's okay, it's an interesting concept, but it just seems like a little bit of a convoluted way to play mobile games. So, the GameSeer X1. It's well built. It allows you access to a very convenient set of features. It's an interesting piece of technology, but you are sacrificing access to all your data to a foreign entity in exchange for convenience, and depending on your values, you can use it as a bit of a immoral thing. So I give the GameSeer X1 a Facebook and Cambridge Analytica out of 10. So this other thing, the GameSeer C1, this is half a keyboard. So this is like a gaming keyboard that only has the half that apparently you need to gaming. And what can I say? It's mechanical. It's actually pretty cool. That's nice. I wish I had a full mechanical keyboard and don't have one. It's ergonomic. It's actually pretty comfortable. It doesn't have the F1, F2, F buttons, so couldn't build stuff in Fortnite with it. But these are programmable macros, so you can probably map them there. It has Bluetooth, so you can get rid of the stupid cable if you want, and you can connect it to your phone using the same GameSeer app, like put the keys on the screen to do stuff with it. Now, the reason why I'm laughing so much, and you're gonna see exactly what I'm talking about in a second. See? It has lights. It lights up like a Christmas tree. See? It has like modes. It has like modes for the lights and stuff. So the GameSeer C1, it looks cool. It's good. It's well designed. It's well built. However, it's probably useless for things outside of gaming, and it is quite expensive. So I gave the GameSeer C1 a 1080 Ti out of 10. Hold on a minute. What? Okay, like hold the on from. This is the Super Mini SN02 home entertainment system with built-in 821 games. This is a knockoff Mini SNES. Oh my god. Like, here's the actual box. Oh shit. So here's the thing that I was sent right next to the box of the actual Super Nintendo Mini whatever. Why was I even sent this? This is even less related to what I do. It's the Raspberry Pi videos, isn't it? I am surprised at the packaging of this thing. Like, this is a proper HDMI cable. It's come with its own charger. I don't think the original Mini NES came out with its own charger. Kind of surprised at that. Comes out with 2 controllers? Oh. This is extraordinarily well made for a knockoff console. It's super light. It's super light. There's nothing inside of it, but it actually, wow. So here's my original, like, proper Super Nintendo Mini, the PAL version, of course. This is modeled after the American version, which is even a little bit confusing. But this is a thing that exists. So I connected this to the capture card and turned it on, and so this is the menu that we're presented. I have a snarking suspicion of what the first 2 are, but what is Mario 10? Kung Fu Mario. Oh. Okay. I'm at a complete loss for words. Is this a modification to an existing game? I have never seen an NES game like this before. Super Mario 14. Oh my god. Oh, those are actual Koopas. Is this like a sprite swap from an existing old NES games? It's scrolls on both sides. Okay. So... I have no words. If you are one of those YouTubers that review like bootleg games and make humorous reviews about them, and you live in Europe, send me an email and I will send this to you so you can actually do content about it. I'm not even kidding. Like, send me a link to 2 of your crappy bootleg reviews and I will send this to you. I'm not even... Why? Like, why was I send this? I give the... What's the name again? The Super Mini SN02 home entertainment system a solid... I regret everything out of 10. I'm done.